Bigger thing than this?
Better?
Bigger. It's really hard.
So Ben, what have you been doing this afternoon?
This afternoon we've been putting together some furniture for 2 homeless families who tomorrow are moving into new residences, and built some beds, some cupboards and some cabinets for them.
Okay, well that sounds pretty different. Was that something you expected today?
No, I didn't know what to expect when we came today. I knew that we'd do a team building exercise, but I think that in doing something like this it becomes much more engaged because you're not focused on the underlying principle, which presumably is actually the team building. You're actually focusing on the end goal, which is creating furniture for people in need.
And how do you, has it met your expectations, or is it?
Well, it's probably, in relation to expectations, it's probably exceeded them, because I'll be frank, sometimes these team building exercises can be a little bit goofy and you don't feel like you actually achieve much, but I think doing something like this where you're actually producing something actually means you approach it with a great deal of pride and enthusiasm and want to do the right thing by these people who you've never met, but clearly they need your help, and as little as that may be, it will clearly make a huge difference to them.
And what do you think you might take back to your work from this experience? Anything?
I think just a reminder that small things can make a big difference to people. I think sometimes you are overwhelmed by the amount of things that you can't do. And I think if you focus on the small things that you can do and lend yourself to giving the opportunity to do those things, you can make a big difference to a lot of people.
Great. What are you doing here today?
Today we're participating in a community event and building furniture for some people who are moving into some new accommodation.
Fantastic. And how have you found it?
Very inspiring, very rewarding, and we're really looking forward to thinking about the people who will be using the furniture tonight, in fact.
Excellent. Have you had any disagreements or
no disagreements. We managed to read the instructions and follow the instructions and not end up with any leftover bits, so that was very positive.
Was it what you expected today, or a bit different?
Nothing like what I expected. No? To be honest, I thought we'd be going gardening across the road. So I found it really touching to think that this was such a human community event for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm looking at the camera or not.
If you like it. So Heather, what brings you here this afternoon?
I'm Heather Jeffries from Wesley Mission Short Term Units. I'm here with ANZ. They're putting some furniture together for 2 of my homeless families who have just recently got properties out into the community.
So what's your impressions been of the session and what you've seen this afternoon?
Great impressions. I noticed staff from all over the world are working together as a team and implementing their skills to build the furniture for our families. Sharing ideas and sharing knowledge that they have from the building aspects.
Have your impressions changed about working with a company?
I've worked with a few different companies, but my impression has changed to see that the knowledge and skills that they bring together can gain further insight for the community that are in need.
Okay. The last one, what impact or benefit do you think this furniture will have for your clients specifically?
The impact for the furniture will be greatly received. We have a little girl that's been sick and sleeping on top of 3 mattresses, so I think the bedding will make a huge difference for her and her well-being. Also, we'll place emphasis on other families, other children within the families, so that they can get sleep and attend school fully, and maybe help them understand and be precise in their learning. And I think it'll be a benefit for the parents as well, because they can get on with their work and achievements to bring their families and move them forward.
So what have you been doing this afternoon?
We have been building some furniture, including the cabinets for the homeless family.
Okay. So what did you expect you'd be doing, and how have you found it?
Actually, at the beginning of the activity, I was saying that we would donate some of the time for the community to spend time and wisdom and to experience what they feel. But luckily, we are using our hand and time to do most related things to their life. We are building their beds, we are building the cabinets which they will put their clothes in. So I found this is really valuable time and efforts we have been all spending together.
And what sort of comments have other people made in your group and observations? Yeah.
I would say that as leaders and managers ourselves in our daily life, especially for Asians, seldom we use our hands to do things, especially at work. And suddenly we found that actually working with hands is not that easy as we have expected. And also during the process we made some mistakes, and that's why at the end we spent longer time in rectifying those mistakes. So again, this made me think through the working process. Quality control is one thing, strategy is one thing. How to do the work in a most effective and efficient way is something we need to think as leaders back to our work.
And how do you think this relates back to your team and where you work? Is there any links back to where you work, your country, and maybe in your community?
Oh, definitely. Especially, I was so touched when I saw the movie, when the company put into right before the activity. It's about the environment, how to protect the environment. I think for time being, one of the key challenges for China's economy growth is about the environment and pollution issues has always been the country's top agenda, and how we help ourselves, how we help our environment, and how we help our community to donate not only our time and money, but more importantly, what we can feel as soul in our heart to put this wholeheartedly to the development of the future. I think that's the responsibility for each and every one of us.